Time now for the Crusaders TV Player of the Week, and for the final week of November, the Crusaders TV Player of the Week is Forward Ryan Kruper. In 3 games, Ryan had 1 goal and 3 assists. Ryan, it's just, first off, let's talk about the month that you had, your team as a whole. A really impressive November, and even, midway through October, you guys played some stellar hockey. Points in 17 straight games. Just talk about the run you guys have gone on.
Yeah, honestly, I think throughout the last, 20 games or so, our team really meshed, and it seemed like we just had everything going right for us, and we were playing pretty good hockey, getting tons of points, wins, OT losses only a couple times, and the streak ended this past weekend, but it was a pretty good run, and we were playing some pretty good hockey all around.
Well, last week in the 2 wins and then the 1 loss, you get up to 4 points, 1 goal, 3 assists. Let's talk about that goal last Wednesday in the second period, a big one when Cameron Brzezinski kind of just throws it on the net, just kind of blindly getting it to the goal, and then you fight through your check and you're able to put it past Tanner McCorson.
Yeah, Cam actually made a pretty nice play, and he's tried that a lot this year with the rebound shot, and it hasn't worked a ton, but it worked out perfectly against Whitecourt, and I managed to reach around the guy and kind of just hack at it, and it somehow beat the goalie. I don't think he was ready for it, but I think that goal really helped our team out a lot and sealed the game, kind of gave us a lot of momentum going into the end of the game. And
you're able to pick up points in the next 2 games, a couple assists here and there, ultimately ended up being 3. What's it like, playing with Cam and also Tyler Maltby as well? You guys just seem to have a lot of chemistry out there.
Me and Cam have played together the whole year. We've played together for like 3 years now. I think we have a lot of chemistry together. He's a pretty quick guy, and I think I got a lot of speed too. And us together, especially on the penalty kill, we've meshed really well. And then with Maltz coming in, like probably a month ago, we've really started to mesh. Me and Tyler played like last year together a lot, but hadn't played a ton this year together. And Freg's put us together, and we've really come together as a line and been scoring a lot for the team, and I think that's what counts the most.
All 1-goal games last week, more so against Whitecourt. It always seems it could be a back-and-forth game between your club and the Wolverines. What's it like as a player to be in that game? Is it a lot of fun when it's back and forth like that? Obviously, the coaches aren't probably too comfortable with what's going on.
Well, you're never comfortable on the bench in a game like that, and I think just the intensity of the game is really good for both teams. We kind of have a rivalry against every team in the North, but Whitecourt's one of those really intense rivalries, and I think playing against them, it's always a battle to the end, and those 1-goal games I really like playing in because it's just intense all around, and I really enjoy it.
Well, speaking of intense rivalries, Saturday against the Spruce Grove Saints, a back-and-forth game. It was there for the take, and ultimately the Saints just pulled ahead, and you guys couldn't come back. What do you think led to the downfall in that 3-2 loss?
I think throughout the game we weren't as sharp as we should have been. I thought it was kind of a sloppy game. I don't know if it was fatigue because we've played 3 and 4 like the last 4 weeks, but that's no excuse. And I think playing that team like 3 times and like in the next month, I think it's really important that we come out sharp and play strong against that squad.
Halfway through the year right now, you're leading the team in points. You're in top 10 in scoring the AJHL. But you're kind of flying under the radar a bit, just the way Tyler has gotten a bit of the spotlight with all the goal scoring. Are you fine with that, being kind of, in his shadow, but ultimately putting up the numbers and helping his team win?
I don't know if I'm worried about it too much. I think me and him together are just both playing really strong, and he's scoring all the goals, but I'm getting all the assists. It's not a big deal either way, I don't think, as long as both of us are contributing and the team's having success.
Well, do you think he can get to 50? Because that's going to ultimately lie on your shoulders if you're getting him the puck.
I think if we keep playing together, I think he's got a chance.
All right, this week you get Camrose, go from the best in the North to the best in the South in Camrose on Wednesday, and then a home and home with Drayton Valley. You've seen them a couple times this year, but what are you expecting from the Kodiaks?
Last year I only got to play them once, but they had a pretty strong team last year, and so far this year they've been pretty strong in the South. I expect just a big, tough battle of a game, just as normal it would be against Camrose, and they've always been a good team, and it's always a battle between the two of us. So I think it'll be the same as always, just a grind of a game, and hopefully we come out on top.
And it's always an interesting game every time you play the Thunder, especially when you go to Drayton Valley at the Omniplex. Some weird things tend to happen. You were part of that marathon shootout. The comeback down 3-0 is pretty impressive. What's the mindset of the team when you go into a building like that, knowing you don't know what can happen because of the past history?
I think the mindset's not much different than any other game. I mean, you always have in the back of your head, we've had some weird games against that squad. But I think just coming into the game, we need to play like we always would, come out strong. And, I mean, who knows, maybe something weird will happen again. But hopefully the weird goes in our way and we come out with a win.
Yeah, last time you were there, Brett Van Oss had 4 goals. What are you expecting from the Thunder this time around? Bit of a different look of the Thunder. They've made a couple of trades. One of them, Brett Zeroni, who you've already seen, and then you get Austin Yaremchuk from the Lloydminster Bobcats. What are you expecting this time around from the Thunder?
Drayton Valley is always a tough, work hard kind of team, and getting Yaremchuk from Lloyd, I mean, I knew him all growing up. He's from Sherwood Park, and I think he adds to their squad more grind, battle, work hard kind of game, and that's the team they've always been, and I think that's the team they'll always be, and it's always a tough game playing them because that's how they are. And I think going into that game, we just need to match that, and I think we have more skill on our end, and if we match their work ethic, we'll come out on top.
All right, Ryan Kruper, he's your Crusaders TV Player of the Week for the final week of November. He had a goal and 3 assists in 3 games for 4 points. Crusaders home to the Camrose Kodiaks on Wednesday, and a home-and-home against Drayton Valley beginning Friday. Ryan, thanks a lot.
Thank you.